Hello everyone, it's Janine here at my studio space in my kitchen, along with my assistant's dog Pugsley, who's down here next to me. So following on from my introduction video, I want to bring you some videos that promote positive mental well-being. Maybe some of you that are watching this video come along to my one of my Creative Minds groups. So I thought today we could do some doodling. This is kind of like Zentangle. I don't know if any of you have heard of Zentangle, but it's basically what I describe to people as adult doodling. Here's some examples here of some that, well, here's an example of one that I've done in the past. Now basically this is Zentangle inspired art rather than actual Zentangle. So apparently the word for Zentangle inspired art is azea. So basically Zentangle officially has quite a few different rules, like it needs to be done on 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. I think that's the right measurements, and it needs to be done with a certain size pen, and there are certain patterns that you have to follow. So but I'm very much one for breaking rules within art and prefer to do my own thing. But basically it is adult doodling. So how I created this one here is by drawing outlines of birds and then dividing up the shape of the bird and filling it in with different patterns. And I tend to just make up my own patterns. I find that quite enjoyable, but if you're struggling to think of patterns, then there's plenty on the internet. If you type in Zentangle into Google, it will bring up lots of different patterns for you. And here is some examples that I've actually done on the correct size of paper. Yeah, so just more doodling basically. Today what I thought would be quite a nice idea is if we divide up our paper with circles. So I have a masking tape roll, and you can use anything that's circular or go for any other shape. Any of you that come along to my Creative Minds groups know that I just come along with an idea and you can take that and run with that in whatever way you like, but I'm going to do some circles. So I have a pencil here and I'm going to draw around the masking tape. Okay, so we have a circle, and then I'm going to move it slightly, so then we have overlapping circle. And actually this idea was from somebody that attends one of my groups when we were doing Zentangle one day, and they started doing this and I thought it was a good idea, so I'm sure they won't mind, but now I've stolen it from them and sharing it with you all because I think it's quite a nice simple way of dividing up the paper. Now I'm doing quite dark circles, so hopefully you can see it on the camera, but you may want to do lighter ones and then rub it out afterwards. Right. Okay. Yep. missed a bit. Don't worry if you miss a bit, you can always go back in. And okay, some of them look a little bit dodgy, but you know, you get the idea, and now we know where our shapes are. And you could carry on and fill the whole sheet of paper, but just for the purposes of inspiring people for this video, I'm just going to do a little bit here. And when I'm doing Zentangle or Zentangled inspired art, or whatever you want to call it, I use fine liners, and these come in varying different sizes. Now please don't worry if you don't have a fine liner, you can just do this with anything, do it with a pencil, do it with a biro, whatever you like, but as I have some fine liners here, I'm going to use them. The nice thing about the fine liners is you have the different size nibs, so you can vary your size of nibs if you so wish. So yes, I'm just going to start doodling away. I hope this isn't too boring for anybody. I've never done a video like this before, so who knows how it will turn out and whether it'll actually be of any interest to anybody. But Zentangle is very relaxing, and well, I find it very relaxing, and I hope that you do too. Oh, we have a bit of shadow here. I'm sorry if my camera setup isn't the best, but I'm trying to get used to it all, and I suppose I'll get better as I go along, but I just thought better to just get on with this video and get something out there for people to hopefully enjoy. It's the idea. So yeah, I'm just doing some kind of leaf sort of shapes going up here. Very simple. So I hope you're all getting on okay at home and not getting too bored, but hopefully this will provide you with something nice to do. Okay, I think we'll do some nice simple dots in here. Okay, and I think it's quite nice to have like variations in some of the patterns having like more solid colours in. So I have this thicker like brush pen. Don't know if you can see brush there. Yeah, I think you can see that. So I thought I would just go in and colour them in. When I say colour, it's all in black, but you know. Yes, you could start this off in many different ways. Like you could see the birds that I did start with. You could do flowers, butterflies, anything. The ones I showed you on the little cards, they're quite nice because they're much smaller. So it's just a little card. Yeah, and then I just divided that up by drawing what people call a string, and so I'll just show you here, just for example, like, can you see that? Right, so say, sorry about my rubbish drawing, but say, I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see that there. So say this square here is your card, to represent your card, and a string is where, actually, you know, it'd be much better if I just show you one here, you'll be able to see it much easier. Right, sorry, scrap that idea. So a string is where you go like this and take your pencil for a walk and create different shapes within that, and then you have these different shapes and you can fill them all in with different patterns. So that is what a string is. I think if you look closely you can kind of see my string here, which I then went in and sort of included it in as one of my patterns. So yeah, that's that idea. I just want to give you as many ideas as possible. And yeah. Right, so let's think of another pattern. I quite like doing little kind of running stitch ideas. But yeah, as I say, you know, these are kind of just out of my head. Like officially in Zentangle, there is certain patterns that you're meant to follow, which, you know, as I say, I like to break the rules in art, and I prefer to do it out of my head. Sorry, you can't see that. Right, so there's the running stitch pattern there, and then we're doing some swirls here. So it's hard to do it and for you to still be able to see when I'm holding my pen, but when I move it away you'll be able to see what I've done. And sometimes it's nice to add little dot details along, can you see that, along the swirl. So let's see if I can hold my pen so you can see. Okay, so there's the added detail there. Anyway, you get the idea. I don't want to bore you, but yes. Right, let's think of another pattern. So I have this little done here, and let's do some crosses, like cross stitch. And then sometimes I might decide to combine some different things together, so there we go. Some little running stitches there as well, or inspired by. Let's think. Oh yeah, this is quite a nice pattern here. Lots of little random lines just going whichever way. This kind of reminds me of like broken glass or something like that. I hope you're all enjoying the weather despite being indoors. I guess most of you are still able to go out for a nice walk, so and I hope most of you have gardens. I'm really enjoying my garden at the moment, and taking Pugsley out for nice plays in the garden. I think everything feels better when the sun's out. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention, as this is about promoting positive mental well-being, if any of you are struggling, I'm sure you know a lot of people are at the moment, you know, I've been finding it quite hard with getting used to a new routine, and you know, all my normal things not happening, and I'm missing all you guys at Creative Minds. So yeah, if anybody is struggling, I just wanted to let people know that Mind, the charity, the mental health charity, I don't know if this is like nationwide, but for Cambridgeshire, and I think that includes Peterborough, if you go on the Cambridgeshire Mind website, as opposed to the general one, so if you go on the Cambridge and Peterborough one, there is an option for you to be able to online type chat with a professional counsellor. It's not a service I've used, but I'm just aware of it, so I just wanted to let people know that there is that service there. But it's not video chat, it is a type chat. But hopefully that might be useful for people, and I get the impression that was something they were trying to set up anyway, without there being before they knew about the virus, but it just turned out to be quite good timing in the end. But I think they are trying to do some other bits to help people now we're all kind of stuck indoors. Oh, and then let's move on to another section now. Another one I enjoy doing is like a kind of maze. So I just sort of take my pen for a walk and just create kind of maze-like shapes. What I try and do when I'm doing this pattern is to keep it continuous. Just like constantly taking my pen for a walk. I think doing it on camera makes me aware that actually I end up taking my pen off the paper, but then I try and rejoin from where I finished. I hope you're all managing to get hold of the food and everything that you need. And as you can see, my lines aren't perfect, so, you know, please don't worry about that. This is just all about relaxing and having a nice time. So I'll just show you so far. So it's kind of like a maze inspired pattern. Right, I'm going to leave that one there because I don't want to bore you. Anyway, this is just all ideas for you. You can take this and run with it in whatever direction you want. There's like, you know, so obviously never ending amount of patterns that you could do. It would be great to see some of the work that you've been up to at home, that maybe has been inspired by this, or anything creative you've been up to really, but it'd be great to see anything inspired by this video. So the plan at the moment is these will go up on the church websites, where I do these groups. So that is and then possibly YouTube. I'm still deciding whether to brave YouTube. I think I will, because that way we'll reach more people. So I guess at the moment, if you want to show me things that you've been up to, I guess you could email them into the church and they'll be able to pass them on to me. I hope that's alright with the church, because I haven't actually asked them before saying that, so I will ask before I post this video up. So just doing some nice flowers here. They're all a little bit wonky, but that's just all part of it. Add some little lines of little wiggly lines, just to add a little bit of detail, a little bit like what we did with the dots. What should we do next? I think I'll swap to a different pen and do some thick lines. And I'm not sure whether you can leave photo comments on YouTube. I'm not very familiar with it yet. Oh, sorry, that's off screen a bit. But I guess I probably will be soon. But yeah, as this is my very first art video, it's all a bit scary. And yeah, but hopefully, like, as I go on, I'll get better hopefully, and also have maybe better ways for you to share your creations. Oh, this isn't quite going the way I wanted these lines to go. Getting a little distracted, it's weird doing it on camera. But yes, get the idea. Oh yes, I forgot, I'd already done that one, but left it for you to, left it because I didn't want to bore you. But now I've just forgotten and started doing another pattern, so I'm just going to create another section here with my pencil to make that smaller. See, if ever you make a mistake like that one, you can always correct it somehow and use it as an opportunity to do something that perhaps you weren't expecting to do. So yeah, this way I can show you another idea for a pattern. Oh, I really hope this isn't too boring for everybody. I had planned to have a shorter video than this, but then should have probably created less sections in this so I could get through it quicker. But anyway, this is all a learning curve, and I really hope that you can get something out of it. But the main message that I want to get across is this is about having a relaxing, fun time, and not to worry even if you just create a big mess. It's just all about having some fun, being creative. Okay, right. Do some swirls. Swirls, there you go. And when I do swirls, I like to try and make sure that I get them in going in different directions. I think I find it quite easy to accidentally have them all going the same way. And sometimes a trick with that is to just go back to the end of one of your swirls and then just bring it around a little bit more so it's ending in a different place. That's what I do sometimes. Okay, right, you get the idea of that. Right, and now let's go on to our last little one here. I'll do some little random triangles. Right, there we go. I've filled in all my sections now. As I say, you know, if you're doing this at home and you have a long time to spend on it, then, you know, it's nice to fill out the whole sheet. But this is just to inspire you. And this video is very long and I don't want to bore you. So anyway, this is just an idea. And, you know, you could rub the pencil lines out if you want, or you could even go over them in pen, but I'm just going to leave mine like that for now. Okay, well, I hope everyone stays safe and keeps well, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, bye for now.